So, for today's word of the day, what comes up in your mind when you hear the word drugs? Okay, no, so some of you may be thinking that drugs is medicine, and you may be right to some point. You're maybe thinking something like paracetamol or penicillin, but I think most of the people will associate it with something illegal, like marijuana or heroin or other recreational drugs. And now, just like a deranged junkie, I myself have been addicted to wacky news segments in the Philippines. And the only way to stop that itch is to talk about another one. So, this is about a young call center agent whose ambition is so high it could reach the heights of Mount Olympus. But unfortunately, some cringe officers halted his master's scheme and his ability for his brain to transcend into a higher plane of existence. I'm sorry, I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So let me give you some context before I show you the video so we're on a level playing field here. So a call center agent named Albert, who we'll call Agent A, is also another secret agent called Agent K, Agent Kush. Now Agent Kush is meeting his clients in the parking lot to give him the good stuff. But little did he know it's a trap. It's a police buy-bust operation. So for those of you watching that doesn't know a buy-bust operation, it's basically an undercover mission involving a police officer pretending to be a client to a drug dealer, collecting evidence, collecting data on them, basically to entrap the suspect and giving them no wiggle room to run. So he was apparently selling top buds marijuana to the officers. And from what I researched, it supposedly is more potent and more expensive because, I don't know, I've never smoked anything in my life. So this operation leads to Albert's arrest, and he did state that he is earning more than enough as a call center agent and just wanted to deal things so he can get more money. And so this is where I'll start the video and I'll just give my thoughts as we go.
I'm very sorry for what I've done. Again, I'm ashamed.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, brother. Good luck trying to run for presidency from behind bars. The ambition is there, but the prefrontal cortex is gone. You are ashamed, sure, but you are definitely not sorry at all. This fella right here has more ego than the delusional TikTok star IC Wyatt. I wouldn't be surprised if he hit us with a "Don't you know who I am?" Okay, so I'm exaggerating a little bit because IC Wyatt is still a bigger douchebag. But spoiler alert, Albert here will justify his ultimate master plan and just show us how smooth our brain is compared to his.
There's a lot of things you can do about money earned from that. Kush, 1.5 M per kilo. Maybe I can change the Philippines, like run for politics.
So now, he's trying to transcend his missing prefrontal cortex through space and time. He is now acting smarter than all of us. And he basically said that I only got caught because you are all idiots. Idiots that don't see the bigger picture. So let me run for politics, you bunch of morons. Because I will change the Philippines into a weed nation. You don't need to justify your deeds just because you got caught doing it. Because you and I both know that what you are doing is wrong. And just explaining it and justifying it even further will only worsen the situation and you'll just make a fool out of yourself. Well, at least Albert has balls to risk his shit for the sake of extra money. But unfortunately, those balls were grabbed and played with like a fidget toy by the man in blue.
Dapat ay hindi raw ikinukulong ang mga gaya niyang malinis ang intensyon.
Oh wait, sorry, what? What intentions are you talking about, dude? Didn't you just state that you're only doing this just to earn more money? You got caught. You don't have to be pretending that you are holier than thou. But let's hear it from Albert. What benign intentions is he referring to?
Advance ako mag-isip. Look at Antipolo. How much is the land area of Antipolo unused? Good for farming of marijuana. Marijuana can produce plastic that decays in 90 days. Marijuana can cure cancer.
Okay, so at that moment, his brain transcends into a higher level of mastery thinking. He used 100% of his brain. He is now one with the universe. He is Galaxy Brain incarnate, and his face became legendary. And this is one of the most iconic meme moments in the Philippines. Okay, so what are you talking about, bro? Land mass unused for farming marijuana? Guess here in Asia we don't need rice, all we need is kush. And who needs vegetables when you can have weed? So making biodegradable plastic is true, but curing cancer? Well, if that were true, all cancer patients will be high as shit. And no, unfortunately it doesn't cure cancer. Marijuana is illegal for a reason. And yes, it has some benefits to it, but the bad effects outweighs the good ones. For example, it can cause hallucinations, changes in behavior, visual impairment, a decrease in coordination, slow reaction speed, and mix all of that together, and Professor Yotonim added an extra ingredient to the concoction, chemical D, driving, and thus a fatal car crash accident is born. And now to hammer in my point even further, I will show you a bonus video that it is still famous meme clip in the Philippines. I told you I was addicted, and it will show you what exactly will happen if you do abuse recreational drugs. So to give you some context, so this clip is from TV5 News channel. This is about a guy who let his horniness get the better of him. So he allegedly groped two ladies, and not just grope, they said extremely groped. So when he got caught, he immediately denies the claims. And this is his reaction.
Pa ang kumag.
Tulog po ako. Siguro, umiral siguro yung kadimonyo ng aking kamay. Gumalaw.
And now this dude's brain is on Uranus right now. And so much so that he outright said that a demon controlled the shit out of his hand and made his hand molest while he was asleep. That reason is so big-brained, so galaxy-brained, so much so that it can be used into almost anything. Like, for a rapist, like, why did you rape? Because a demon took over my wiener and just tried to find the nearest hole. And for a public nuisance streamer, like, I was asleep and a demon took over, and when I woke up, I was turned into this massive entitled rectal douchebag.
Pero aminado ito na gumagamit siya ng ipinagbabawal na gamot.
Yun, no? Aamin din naman ako. Wala naman tao na hindi perfecto eh.
So I think what he meant there is no one's perfect. It's not that no one is not perfect. But in the end, he did admit into using recreational drugs. So you see why illegal drugs is illegal and can potentially ruin your life. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. Bye.